I hope one of these days when we have our extravaganzas, we have to hook it up on satellite. Every single convention center, not country by country, state by state. Region by region, okay? All over the place this is going to happen. And you know, everybody always says, well, geez, nothing like that could really happen. Some of you were back around in the old days, right? Came to this thing and said, my goodness, what an unbelievable thing that's happening to us here. And all you got to do is keep doing it. Your success, where you go in life, is only limited to your own imagination and your own hard work. No wonder I'm stuck where I'm at right now in life, because I only got this big of imagination. Hey, but in the future, it's going to even be bigger. And in the future from that, it's going to keep getting bigger. And you know what? This is not a joke, gang. And some of the reasons why I'm telling you this is don't let yourself be in the same circumstances that happened to some of those people that sat in those first meetings with me, who missed it then, and they're missing it now, and they're going to miss it a year from now if they don't take some action. Take the things that you've been learning from this week and take it and put it into action. Don't think about everything. Don't worry if everything's perfect. You don't need everything perfect. Let me tell you how you get perfect. Do it 1,000 times. Do it 10,000 times. No, but I didn't know if everything was going to work in Herbalife. I knew one thing: if I put it out 1,000 times, I'd find out. Everything's not going to be perfect to you, gang. You're not going to get from where you are right now at World Team to Millionaire Team without making, I want you to write this down, a lot of mistakes. And you're not going to get to a Millionaire Team without a lot of problems. Listen, it's an impossibility to get to Millionaire Team without having lots of problems. And trust me, you'll have more problems getting to Millionaire Team than you did getting to the World Team. And you're going to have more problems than that from where you are from the Millionaire Team to the President's Team. And you're going to have even more problems than that when you get to the Chairman's Club. And if you're lucky enough in life to end up finally being like me, you'll be in a fortunate circumstance to have a real bummer like last night. Because that's the way it is. We were teaching them this the other day in the chairman's class. I said, let me tell you something. You know, they said, well, hey, can we make the supervisor schools better? Of course we can. Can we get everybody to pitch perfect? Of course we'll try that. Can we get all the systems to be completely perfect? Well, of course we'll try that. Can we make certain that 8,000 people don't try to tear the doors down to get their Orlando dollars yesterday morning? Of course we'll try to accommodate that. Let me tell you something. We're going to have some problems between now and the time we get to 1.5 billion. And we're going to have even more problems than that going to 3 billion. That's just the way it is. And write this down in your notes. The bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. You guys should see how many problems I got. You also ought to see my paycheck. I don't know if you guys know this, but I was the first distributor and everybody else is underneath me. It's all how you think about stuff. We started the first night, and some of the people that were trying to run this place were saying, there's too many people, there's too many people, there's too many people. I said, what do you mean there's too many people? There's not enough people. My goodness, what's wrong with everybody? You know, everything that you do is just how you face it. You got to deal with the circumstances and make the best of it and go on. And one of the best lines I ever heard when I was a young man was from Dick Marconi. You know, because Dick was like, kind of like Dick was like my father, let's face it, when I got going. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a father. I never even met the guy till I was 21, and then we never even, shook hands really too much until I was 28. And then after that, we never even got together. Finally, one day, I said, listen, you want to go to my house with me in Maui? Could you imagine saying that? Hey? I said, you want to go to my home in Hawaii, and let's spend a week together, and I'll see if we like each other. And if we like each other, great. If we don't, we'll shake hands, and that'll be the end of the program. Okay? But when I got started, I didn't have anybody that was guiding me. And Dick was kind of like my father image, you know. He had already made a lot of money. He had already been successful. He saw this young punk off the street who really wanted to try to make it. And we had some real devastating things that happened to me and the company in 1985 that weren't real pleasant to live through. And I'll never forget Dick Marconi taking me in a room, and he said, you know, Mark, I want to tell you something. He says, if the experience doesn't kill you, you'll be a better man for it. And I got to tell you something. In 1985, I learned more about my life and more about living and more about what I was doing in business through the hardest times in my life, not through the best times in my life. Because when things are difficult and when things are not good, your true character in life, how much of a man or a woman you're going to be, is that's when it really shows. That's when it shines. That's when you can teach yourself the most. That's when you can teach your children the most. Okay? That's when you can teach your downline the most. That's when you can provide it for your family. Listen, all of our families need someone that they can look up to. And let me tell you, not just our families. It starts family by family, town by town. But let me tell you what we're doing in Herbalife. We're teaching the world how they ought to be able to live. Everybody needs some guidance in this world today. My goodness, if you look at the circumstances in the world today, with the fighting that's going on, with the people that don't love each other, with the people that can't get along with things, where else can we have a room in the world today where there's so many different languages and so many different personalities and so many different religious situations where everybody can come together at one single time with one common bond to help people with better nutrition and to help people better their lives? We got to be the most outstanding leadership that's running this world. Really, this is what it's about. You know, wouldn't it be something, you know, back in the late 70s, a new person came on the scene, Sylvester Stallone, and it was Rocky that became America's hero. And then we had Schwarzenegger, the Terminator. Hey, he was a hero. And of course, way back when, Superman was the hero. Wouldn't it be incredible in the decade 2000 that the papers wrote, we needed a new hero, and Herbalife was the company that shined. Seriously, wouldn't it be something? Because that's what Herbalife's about, is becoming a hero. Starting at 5 pounds and getting up to your 100-pound goal. God, when I saw that lady up on stage the other night getting her 100-pound pin for the very first time, can you imagine how that woman's life has got to have changed, losing 300 and whatever pounds it is? You know what it'd be like to lose 300 pounds? Just think about how heavy you are, double it, and think of losing it. I mean, that's amazing. Just the amount of comfortability she must feel in her legs and her feet not aching all day has got to be tremendous. Probably being able to just walk around halfway decent has got to be the most unbelievable thing. Okay? That's being a hero, the weight loss heroes of Herbalife. Starting from where you guys are and getting to 5,000 or 10,000. That's the American dream. And we're trying to take that around the world, gang, and that's something that is awesome. We cannot lose the free enterprise system in the world, okay? That cannot be lost, because let me tell you something, our future generation, our children, are going to need something to look up to. And that their children are going to need something to look up to. I can't tell you how excited I was seeing this children convention here, where these kids are starting to think about Herbalife, and their parents are starting to become outstanding citizens in the community. What an incredible thing to know that our children are growing up like that, with free enterprise in mind, rather than just being a slave with a boss that's going to put them down, not give them their raises, make them feed them coffee all day long. What an incredible thing we're doing for our children. There's so many reasons to do this thing called Herbalife. Of course, there's reasons to do it for your weight loss and your health. There's reasons to do it for your own successes. But there's so many reasons to do it for someone else too, to be able to help someone lose that weight. Listen, where are they going to go to really do that? Where is the hope today for them to use something that's going to be able to make them feel good? Hey, listen, just the weight loss business in America is $36 billion. Where are they going to go for something that's really, truly going to help them out? There's so many reasons to do this to just help someone lose weight. There's so many reasons to do this to where maybe 3 or 4 years from now, yeah, you're on the cruise, yeah, you're on the vacations and stuff, but what about on this vacation that's coming up in summer where you have one of your brand new Get Team people come to you and say, you know something, I never, ever had more than my boss give me a turkey at Christmas, much less being in a company for 6 or 7 months and I got an all-paid free vacation. I just can't tell you how miserable I've been. You know, everybody in the world doesn't just get sick because of their weight problems. Everybody doesn't just get sick because of their nutritional habits. A lot of people get sick just because they feel miserable about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Their lack of energy, their lack of lust for life itself. Hey, while we're here, for all the years that you're going to live, to just not have the lust and the passion for life, what a miserable way to live for 60 or 70 years. We're going to get someone onto this product and we're going to extend their life, and then the majority of it, they're going to be miserable. Think of how much opportunity there is for you guys to just provide hope for other people, much less how much money you guys are going to make yourself. Much less how much opportunity we're going to be able to show. And I talk about this children thing a lot, but I'm serious. Every time when I saw those little kids, 8, 9, 10 years old, and they're, yelling up, Mark Hughes, I got to thinking to myself, a lot of you guys haven't heard this yet. So I'm thinking everybody was in the class with me yesterday. For those of you in the World Team, I opened up the little, I don't know how old they were, but they're this big. That's how old they were. And I opened up this door, because I was going to one of these, another meeting, and I just wanted to see how the children were doing. And I opened up this door, and I've never had anything like this in my life happen to me, and it just totally affected me so much, because I really wanted all the kids from the families to be able to be here. It's always been in my heart, but now that I got my own kid, being away from him sometimes just breaks my heart. But open up this door, all these little kids went, oh my God, Mark Hughes, ah! Right? And all these, you could tell, those little Israeli kids, they were from South America, they were from Asia, they were from Australia. To just be able to, for them now at this age, to be around different cultures and know that they're starting to play with them and have fun with them and to be able to get along with them. Think how much more positive that is for them now than looking at the news that they see where all of those kids are fighting each other, okay? What really broke me up was this. I know when I come into these rooms, you guys know me, but I wasn't expecting it when I saw these little children. And I got to thinking, hey, when I walk in home, my kid doesn't hit me at the door, Mark Hughes, ah! Right? He doesn't do that. The only reason these little kids must have done that is their parents must have talked about me and the company, and obviously something was positive in their life. Okay, and what that meant to me was those kids must be living better and more positive and having a greater time in life right now than maybe they were before their parents joined Herbalife. And that was what was awesome to me.